All right, so ready to dive into Half-Girlfriend.
Absolutely. Always up for a Chetan Bhagat roller coaster.
This one takes us straight to the heart of India, Small town boy, big dreams, the works. Madhav Cha, stuck in rural Bihar, basketball his only escape.
Yeah, and you immediately get that yearning for something more, right? That desire to break free from the limitations of his small-town life.
It's almost like you can feel the dust of those basketball courts. And then he lands at St. Stephen's, this elite Delhi college, a world away from everything he's ever known.
Talk about a culture shock. It's not just the academics, it's the whole social fabric. Suddenly he's rubbing shoulders with Delhi's elite, including Riya Samani.
Riya, the girl who embodies everything Madhav thinks he wants. She's confident, fluent in English, and from a world of privilege that Madhav can only dream of.
And that's where the story really digs deep, I think. It's not just a typical love story. It's about class, ambition, and how language becomes this invisible barrier.
Totally. You see it in their interactions, how they speak, even the way they express their feelings. Madhav, trying to bridge the gap with his textbook English.
And Riya, maybe unintentionally, but still, putting up walls with her casual fluency. It's like they're speaking two different languages, even when they're both speaking English.
Exactly. It's subtle, but so powerful. Like that scene where he tries to impress her with his English vocabulary. You can just feel him trying so hard to fit in.
But those efforts, they often backfire, don't they? Like he's trying to fit into a mold that wasn't made for him. He's constantly reminded of his Bihari roots, even in the heart of Delhi.
It's that constant tension, right? Trying to embrace a new world without losing himself. And then there's that scene, the one where it all boils over. He just explodes, and not in his carefully constructed English, but in raw, visceral Hindi.
The dam breaks. All those pent-up frustrations, the misunderstandings, it all comes pouring out. And Riya, used to a certain kind of polished Hindi, maybe misses the depth of what he's saying.
It's heartbreaking because it's a moment of raw vulnerability, but it gets lost in translation. And that miscommunication, that inability to truly bridge the gap between their worlds, it really sets the stage for everything that follows. And just when Madhav thinks he's found some sort of equilibrium, things change again.
Yeah, it's like one step forward, two steps back.
Riya makes a decision that throws everything into a tailspin, doesn't she?
It throws Madhav for sure, but it also reveals a lot about the pressures Riya's dealing with.
She leaves college, remember? Marries Rohan.
A safe choice.
Right.
At least in the eyes of her family and their social circle.
Exactly. That whole world of expectations.
You almost feel for her, though. It's like she's caught between what she's supposed to want and what she actually wants.
It makes you think about all those societal pressures, especially for young women in India, right?
Absolutely. The weight of those expectations.
And in the midst of all this, Madhav makes a decision that really makes you question things,
What's that?
He gives up everything he's been working towards, that high-paying job in Delhi, and goes back to Dumaran.
Back to his roots.
It's like he's trying to find himself again, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's definitely a journey of self-discovery.
And he throws himself into this school, the Dumaran Royal School.
The one his mom's been trying to keep afloat.
It's in shambles, though, right? A symbol of the state of rural education.
Absolutely. Those descriptions of leaking roofs and crumbling walls, it paints a very stark picture.
It's like stepping into a different world, And then, out of the blue, comes this unexpected twist.
Yeah, talk about fate intervening.
Bill Gates, of all people, decides to visit this small village in Bihar.
A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, right? Especially for Madhav and the school.
Suddenly, the stakes are higher than ever.
And who would have thought? The boy who once struggled to string together a sentence in English is now tasked with delivering this crucial presentation.
The weight of all those dreams, all those aspirations resting on his shoulders. And just as Madhav's getting ready to face this challenge, this huge presentation.
Yeah, the weight of the world on his shoulders.
Fate throws him a curveball, you could say.
Speaking of fate, guess who pops back into the picture?
It's Riya, right? Back in his life.
Back in Patna, of all places.
Like she's meant to be there.
Maybe she's searching for something too, a fresh start.
She ends up being the one who helps him prepare for this big presentation to the Gates Foundation.
Talk about irony. The girl who he struggled to connect with through language is now his English coach.
And it's not just about the language, is it? It's those shared moments, like that scene with the Litti Choka.
That really resonated with me, that simple act of sharing food, connecting with their roots.
It's like they've reached a new level of understanding.
A kind of unspoken connection.
And just when you think things might work out between them.
Bhagat throws in another twist, doesn't it?
It's like he can't resist a good dose of drama.
The discovery of Ria's journals.
Heartbreaking, right? To learn about her illness through those secret pages.
And then she disappears again,
Vanishes.
leaving Madhav to pick up the pieces.
This time he follows her all the way to New York.
From the dusty streets of Dumrion to the bustling heart of New York City.
Talk about a journey.
It's like he's chasing a ghost.
Determined to find her, though.
And when he finally does, at that jazz club.
Café Wa.
Yeah, Café Wa. Ria, transformed, singing her heart out.
It's almost surreal, isn't it?
Like something out of a dream.
The ending, though.
Leaves you hanging, doesn't it?
Did they get back together? Did she survive? We don't know for sure.
That ambiguity, it's almost intentional, like Bhagat wants us to fill in the blanks.
It makes you think, doesn't it, about the nature of love, the choices we make.
And the impact those choices have, not just on our lives, but on the lives of those around us.
We started with Madhav, the small-town boy with big dreams, and we end with him.
Transformed by his experiences, by love, by loss.
Still standing, though, right? With a revitalized school as a testament to his journey.
Proof that even amidst heartbreak, something beautiful can emerge.
Half-girlfriend. It's a story that stays with you, makes you question things, maybe even inspires you to take a chance on love, even if the ending isn't guaranteed. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time.